Progress Racing presents Show Us Your Tips November the 19th. A look towards Kembla Grange and Ballarat tomorrow. If you like $1 million pop-up races, it's been the spring for you. We've got the Gong tomorrow. Let's kick off at Kembla, shall we, Beaver? Hope all is well with you, mate.
Sounds like a good plan, mate. Sort of to the midweeks on a Saturday, I guess, and maybe a little bit of mixed in between.
Yeah, so we've got the rails in the True, should be a good track. Usually Kembla's down outside, but actually when they had the decent metro races there, it didn't play too bad, and you could sort of win from everywhere. So I've treated it as pretty fair, I guess. Let's kick off with a 2,000 metre benchmark 78 to start the day. J-Mac goes on to the last start winner for Waller. What are you doing here?
Yeah, look, I'm going to stick with Suppression. It's in great form at the moment, and the service of J-Mac on board suggests that might get another length or two, and that might be just enough for it to win this race. And sort of specking Tampering around the $11 mark. I think it's a genuine chance out to the 2,000. It's been pretty good this preparation. Yeah. It's now getting deep, but they are backing it up, and I thought it was pretty solid last time.
It was good, yeah. I'm with you with Suppression as I bring up my maps. Think it can bounce off the win and run well with J-Mac going on here. And then obviously the lead up there with Shibley and the rest of them. But Suppression for me as well. Race 2 is the Highway. You got anything here?
Nothing here, mate. Letting the Highway slide.
Race 3 is the benchmark 78 over the 1,000. A horse you had a bit of an opinion of last prep is coming back here, Dragonstone. What are you thinking?
Yeah, look, I did have a bit of an opinion of it, and I'm going to stick here. There's no reason that it wouldn't have benefited from that spell and that first preparation. And if it's anywhere near its best, I think it can be too good here. But Satin Ribbons was very good last start. But Dragonstone for me, nice bet.
Yeah, 2 hopes. I've gone Satin Ribbons just with the fitness edge, third up now. But Dragonstone was a nice trial and probably the best horse in the race. I think they're the only 2 you'd need to look at for the race. But 4 from 8 for me in race 3. Race 4, benchmark 78 over the 1,200 metres, where I had very little idea here. I assume Zarastro's out or is coming out after its win the other day. So
it's out. Yep.
Yeah. So just looking at it now. Did you like anything?
No, I found this race really hard. I kind of just kept tossing and turning around what I thought was the chances. I thought something maybe resuming like a Rangers, although it's drawn a bit wide, could be something to play at value. But I wouldn't be getting too excited here.
Yeah, I was just saying. I had 3 looks at Rangers and 3 looks at Canasta. So after that, I put it in a too hard basket for tomorrow. It might be lunchtime then. Race 5, benchmark 78 for the girls, where I like the price around Silver I like that it's going to get control. I like J-Mac going on, and I like that there's not many chases here. So I think around $4 looks a good bet for me. With a watch on Tinker McPhee, who we sort of spoke about last week.
I was going to say exactly the same thing. I thought Silver was around the $4 mark was a good price. Again, McDonald on board. Gate 12 just needs a bit of luck there. And Tinker McPhee resuming, certainly a watch for me. But horses like Salik and that, started favourite last start, another 4th, 4. Hard to get excited about, isn't it?
No, yeah. At least Silver is a winner and gets running position and it's a favour there. Race 6 is the benchmark for the midway for the day, the 72. What are you thinking here?
I think probably Easy Campese looks probably the hardest to beat in a pretty open affair. It's a tough race. I just kind of came back to it, getting the 3 kilo claim here. The 11 gate was a bit of a worry, but I think it'll be really further improved. And its first up third was a nice little run. I thought this is the type of races a horse like this bobs up in. It's fairly lightly raced. It's only had the 18 starts, and it was length and a half behind Mar and Par, which you'd probably stamp in a race like this.
Yeah.
And then it had some really nice trials. Last preparation, they did take it to, they did have a bit of opinion of it. They took it up to Brizzy, where it raced against Ayrton and Ellsberg and the likes, and there's no horses of that quality in this race. So I think this looks, again, not bad value.
Yeah, I agree. I've got it on top as well. From the two, Trevest, who was a decent enough return, bit sloppy out, but it always had a bit of ability, and I just think there's a long tail on this field. So yeah, 1 and 2,
There is
main plays for me here. The Warra is the 1,000 meters. Up next, where it's another tricky one. I obviously Malkovich goes on top, going well. Now gets J-Mac after having Damien Lane down in Melbourne a couple of times. A little bit skinny, given there's going to be a little bit of pace here, but at least now it can. It's shown it doesn't have to be a complete control horse. It can probably duck in behind Marway and get a nice tag. And I thought the main danger was 1111, who's probably the best horse and is going to probably go up and at another $500,000 somewhere in one of those Magic Moon races in the next few weeks. So 3 from 1 from me. What are you doing here?
Yeah, look, Malkovich looks a pretty nice bet to me. I think he'll probably get evens or better on the day, and I think it'll be winning. It's just going great. It doesn't run a bad race, and it's a bit more adaptable these days. It can take up the pace or sit behind the pace, and I think the 1,000 suits with the pace it's going to be on.
Race 8 is the feature, the Gong over the mile. What are you doing in a feature race?
Yeah, this is an interesting race, this one. You've got the favourite Counter Ruby, who's going great guns at the moment. A Tissue, who's been good at the start of this preparation, but its last 2 starts have been in the Golden Eagle, and I think it missed the kick there. So you can put a line through that. This is the type of race a horse like a Tissue can win. I think it's in the right company. So I'm going to have a Tissue on top. And then I was kind of trying to look for something at value, but it was really hard to find some of these. The outsider I'd probably bet on, although it's one of those horses that doesn't pop up, is Creadiris. It's drawn gate 20, but at 20s I'd probably have a sneaky bet on that because it's a horse I always back and it's likely to bob up and flash home in a race like this. But for me, I've got a Tissue on top, and the 2 best chances outside of that is Creadiris and I Am Superman.
Yeah, I think you got to have something, depending who's riding it. I think it's exactly the sort of race, as you said, where Creadiris can chime in. Berterbeck on top for me. It's 20s, 2 nice wins, freshen up off the failure there. Nice trial. Don't like the draw. I'd rather be drawn out, but I think at the price, I think it can run you a race at 20s. From Count de Rupee, who's obviously flying, and I think Dawn Passage is going better than the 2 zeros suggest. A Tissue's now getting deep into the prep. I'm not sure what to do with that, but does. And
I think it might have just been a bit freshened up here, but for this.
Yeah, maybe it's had this in mind for a few weeks now. Little race. I'm happy to play some of those at a value and see how you go. Even you throw Exo Boom and a couple others in the quaddie. Race 9 is benchmark 88 over the mile as well. Good little race again. I have defaulted to Lakeen on top. Fallen a little bit in the character into the habit of just putting J-Mac on top these days, but nice win, resuming, comes here. I don't think this is an especially strong race. I thought Wheelhouse was a little bit disappointing last start, but back to dry probably helps. And after that, I think I've got my money out of Zoo Shack, and there's not a lot else here, I think. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I've gone for Steely. I think it's a really, really not a good play here around the $8 mark. Just didn't pick them up over 1,400 at Goulburn. I think in the Goulburn at Goulburn first up. Gets out now, gets the extra 200 metres to the mile. But if you go back last preparation, it beat over 1,800 at Randwick. I know it was in the heavy. Beat Great House by 4 lengths. So that's pretty good form for a race like this. And prior to that, it beat Lakeen as well at Rose Hill. Again, on the heavy. But for me, that means that this form's not bad form for a race like this. The first stop blew out the cobwebs. Real good knockout chance here. And I do think I think Wheelhouse can run well. I know it was probably, as you said, slightly disappointing last start at Hawkesbury, but Hawkesbury forms, you don't want to get too caught up in it. But I thought it was a good run, and it was heavy, and I think it peaks here.
Then we wrap up the day with the benchmark 78 over the 1400 metres, where I'll finish the day with Bjorn in the last. J-Mac again going on. Very nice win first up when it ran down Zushak, who we know what we get there. And I think can repeat the dose here. Happy to be with it in the last. What are you thinking, Beaver?
Yeah, I've landed the same with you here. I think this will probably get backed into favourite with J-Mac aboard, given its first up run. I think if you want to back it, you're probably going to get your best price now. I think we'll probably start closer to $3.
Yeah. Shall we do a quaddie? I will.
Yeah,
I'll do the Kembla quaddie. You can have Ballarat, unless you are really keen.
No. Fire away, son.
First leg, 1, 11, 11, 3 Malkovich. Second leg, 2 Berdebeck, 3 Arameo, 4 Count de Rupee, 8 Dawn Passage, 10 Rich Hips, 11 A Tissue, 13 Cryoderis, 15 Exoboom. Third leg, 4 Steely, 5 Wheelhouse, 9 Lakeen, and we'll skinny up and come home with 7 Blesk and 8 Dynamic Impact in the last. Hopefully get a bit of a split in the gong there. Your best and value for progretracing.com.au, Beaver.
Yeah, my value bet comes up in race 9, number 4, Steely, around the $8 mark. And my best bet comes up in race 3, number 8, Dragonstone.
I'll make my best Cerberus in the third. And my value for the day, I'll make it 11-11 in the sprint race. It can run well there. Don't forget to check out progretracing.com.au for their free tips, extensive guides, and plenty more. And let's head to Ballarat. My English is good this morning. Where it's a soft track. The rail is in the 2 metre mark. Generally plays okay. I don't need any demons down at Ballarat either. So we'll kick off with the 1400 metre benchmark 84, where I'll lead us away and put Lighthouse on top. Off a very nice debut at Kyneton, was in the wet, but ran good figures. And I think Australian debut, I should say, and I think can run well here again. But Kiriboo is a serious horse, does have something to beat, but putting it on top. How are you starting the day down south?
Ripper race.
Yes.
I reckon it's a cracker. I think you got 2 very good horses here, and Frankie Pino's not going all that bad itself. So three quality horses here to start the first day. Really
small field suits Frankie too.
Yeah, the small field does suit Frankie. Look, I'm going to go Kiriboo. I don't know what to make of the first up run from the US horse, Lighthouse. I think it was obviously a good run and some decent times, but I'm just going to go for the local Kiriboo and say it might just get over the top of it.
No, fair call. The Eureka Stockade is race 2 over the 1400 metres, and which horse can't win? I think every horse is a chance here. I have no idea. Have you got any clarity?
Probably just the one at 80s is the only one that can't.
Yeah.
But the other 7, I really found it hard to split. I really don't know what to say. I tipped Desert Rain. I think maybe 2 starts back. And last start it wasn't a bad run. I not finished 6th, but it was behind Fangirl and didn't have a lot of luck. So it could be hard to beat. And then the rest of them, Star Midfielder didn't have a lot of luck last start. Wangoon ran okay. Yeah, tough race. I'm hoping Desert Rain, this is maybe its weakest race that it's sort of fared against. And these are more midweekers than weekend horses. So maybe just Desert Range slightly against the rest.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think you run this race 5 times and you could get 5 different winners. Sunfall's a chance at
I agree with
11s.
that.
So yeah, I don't necessarily have a strong opinion. The Clockwise Classic is race 3. Again, I can't really finger anything here. What about yourself?
No, I had nothing here. It's, a few first starters and a couple of horses that have had a start, which will be further improved by that. So, no, I couldn't find anything here. The only one, mate, would be the only here for the beer would be one for you, wouldn't it?
Yes. I am already regretting that this morning. Race 4 is benchmark 78 over the 1200. I think the favourite's very hard to beat here. Dropping back in grade was okay. I think it got a little bit lost up the straight on Oaks Day there.
So too.
And back around to Bandle's suit, back close to control. And I think it's going to be very hard to beat.
Yeah, I thought exactly the same as you. I think round the bend here suits. It's drawn well. Probably go near the front, and Linda Meach does ride them well up front. Hard to beat.
Race 5 is another 1200 meter race where I was. I like the return of It's Our Time. Obviously, we'll get the form line directly from the race before, but it was a nice return first up in town, and can repeat the dose here. But the market's right. There's 2 hopes for me, but putting 4 on top of 5. What are you thinking?
I'll just flip it just for the sake of it, mate. I'm going to go the Gouch. It's just because a horse that I do like and don't mind, and it's got the 2 kilo weight pull. So I'm thinking that might be the difference to get it home by half a length.
Fair enough. Race 6, 1100 meter benchmark 70. We see the return of Marabou. Are you happy to keep its streak going there?
Yeah, I think so. Went well in its jump out the other day. It's a fast horse and it's got the inside gate, and I think this sets up well. Main danger, Imperial Hilton.
Yeah, on top for me as well. And you've mentioned the main danger, and Magna Jet will get the direct form through the first 2 races to see how that might stack up for your multiples there. But a nice horse, lightly raced mare there. Race 7 kicks off the quaddy, the 2000 meter 84. Alcyone, very good last start, cruised home. I think this is a weaker race than what it beat, to be honest. And Ollie sticks. Gate will be fine. I'm happy to stick with it. Are you thinking the same?
I am thinking the same. It did impress me last start, the way it won fairly comfortably. So yeah, I've got it on top, and 5th position being the main danger, drawn wide. It was probably one of the biggest butcher jobs in Cup week. So it can run well being 3rd up, but LC for me, mate.
Feature down south is the Ballarat Cup over the 2000 metres. Big field, Beaver, a few chances. What have you done?
Oh God, super hard race this. It's really open affair. There's some horses really down in the weight that are chances. Look, I went for something looking to beat the favourite, and I couldn't. I found things that could potentially beat it, but nothing with any confidence. I think again, thought of that, probably gets on the bunny here, controls the race. It was very good the way it controlled the race at Moonee Valley. And just won as it pleased. I think the 2000 suits here again, Meach on top, controlling the pace. Only Words won its race last start, so I don't know that. I don't know that it's a main danger. Foxy Friday was good, but drawn too wide. Skyman hasn't won for a while. Yeah, there's a couple of Defibrillate out at 16 to 1. Could be a knockout chance.
I've got Foxy on top. I liked its last win. I like the draw for these sort of big handicaps, as you know. Hopefully can blend in, and in coming to the home track, I suspect it's probably a bit of a target here. You've covered off the other couple of chances that I was going to mention. Thought of that and Only Words, but happy to go Foxy on the home track here. Race 9 is the mile 78. Keen here. I think Bermudez is flying. I like and it's $10. I like last start win. Again, you're probably getting the price because of the gate, but field like this, yeah, needs to get 3 wide with cover, and I think we're in the game here. Bermudez on top and pretty keen from Seniors Express. Any moisture around probably doesn't help, but it obviously was good chasing some good horses last time there. What are you thinking, Beaver?
Yeah, I think the same as you. Bermudez is a horse that I like. Again, 61 kilos in gate 20. Again, is probably just my biggest concern.
Yeah, that's why you're getting it. That's the only reason I can think you're getting $10.
Yeah, that's right. So, fingers crossed it can get the right run here. I thought Sienna's Express was obviously a good chance with the claim as well. And Orleans Rock was a nice couple of runs the last 2 starts. So I think it's a definite each way chance.
And we'll wrap the day up over the 1100 meters for the 3 and 4-year-olds, where I'm forgiving, again, a nice price, but I'm forgiving Fake Love. Just got ran off its feet at over the 900 back at Moonee Valley, I thought, and the 1,000, and I think can at least give Marine One a shake here on the getting Meech and trying to push forward. So happy to have that on top. In a tricky race, Butter Blonde's a chance, obviously Marine One a chance, but I was happy again to play at double figures. What are you thinking to finish the day?
Yeah, look, I'm going to go with Marine One. I know the stable has a bit of an opinion of this horse because my family is involved with this horse. So, yeah, it was originally with Kennywell.
That's one you're telling me about. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and they moved it to Mar when they found out it had some ability.
Yeah.
And was very good first and second up, and then was in a Group 1 last start and was just probably run off its legs a bit there. Home Affairs won that race, but it gets back to much easier company here. So if it at $4, I think it's a very nice bet, and yeah, hard to beat.
Beautiful. Do you want to run through with your quaddie very quickly? I know you're in a bit of a rush, and your best in value for Ballarat.
Yep. So my quaddie comes up is the first leg numbers 2, 5, and 8 in the first leg. In the second leg, we're going to go number 2, number 6, number 11, number 12, and number 16.
Mm-hmm.
In the third leg, we're going to go number 1, number 6, number 8, and number 15.
Yep.
And we're going to come home the last with numbers 2, 6, 7, and 13.
Excellent. Your best in value.
My best bet comes up in race 10, number 7, Marine One. And my value bet comes up in race 9, number 1, Bermudez.
Very good. My value is Bermudez as well. Love it. And my best, I'll make it Lighthouse in the first, but it's a cracking little race. Anything up north for us very quickly?
Yeah, mate, I'll give you a couple that I have up north. Going to go race 3, number 3, Neutron. You can get back into the winner's circle. And then a little bit later in the day, I've got race 6, number 3, Stellar Magic. Good win last start. I think it's hard to beat. And in race 7, the resuming number 2, Zoo Style.
Very good. Love your work, Beaver. Good job. Good punting tomorrow. Take care, punters, and we will see everyone. We're here twice a week, every week. Free tips. Check out progretracing.com.au. Good punting tomorrow, guys, and I'll see you Tuesday night for our midweek preview.